The deal that changed everything to 30 days with the billionaire Mia Tana thought it was a joke. By midnight, she was on a private jet flying over the Atlantic with a man she barely knew, signing a contract she barely read. The deal was simple on paper. Pretend to be the perfect partner. Help close $1 billion deal. Walk away rich. But the moment the wheels touched down on Dubai sand, the lines between pretend and real began to blur. And by day 30, the contract would be the smallest thing left between them. So who is the man behind the offer? His name is Adrian Vance. 36 years old, American-born tech founder turned global tycoon. The kind of man who builds skyscrapers in Singapore, owns 3 private islands, and runs an empire from a phone he never lets out of his hand. Adrian's company is on the edge of a massive merger with Al-Mansoori Holdings, one of the largest investment firms in the United Arab Emirates. The Al-Mansoori family is old, traditional, and deeply private. They want to do business with a man who shows up to dinner with a partner, not a parade of dates. Adrian has never had time for love, so he buys one instead. A friend mentions Mia. She's quiet, cleanrecord.com under pressure, and broke enough to say yes. Adrian flies to a small diner in upstate New York to make the offer in person. Mia spills coffee on him. Adrian doesn't flinch. He slides the contract across the table. She reads 2 lines. Then she signs. What happens when Mia steps off the jet in Dubai? Everything changes. The penthouse Adrian has rented for them sits on the 88th floor of a glass tower overlooking the Burj Khalifa. The closet is filled with designer dresses the right size, all bought before she ever arrived. A team of stylists, drivers, and assistants stand ready. A heavy gold ring waits on a marble counter, ready for her finger. Mia stares at the city skyline and tries to remember how to breathe. The plan starts immediately. Day 1. Brunch with the Al-Mansoori family. Mia plays her role perfectly. She holds Adrian's hand. She laughs at the right moment. She listens like she belongs in that room. The family is charmed. Adrian's lead deal maker, a sharp-eyed older brother named Khalid, watches her too closely. He suspects something. Adrian leans toward her and whispers a single sentence into her ear. Don't slip, not even once. What does Mia find out about Adrian when the cameras turn off? He is not what the magazines say he is. The cold tycoon who closes 10-figure deals before breakfast is a man who eats dinner alone every night. The penthouse has no photos on the walls. The fridge holds nothing but bottled water and protein. His phone rings constantly, but no one ever calls, just to talk. On day 6, Mia finds an old photograph hidden in a drawer. A young Adrian, maybe 10 years old, standing beside a woman with a tired smile. His mother, she passed away the year he turned 12. Adrian never speaks of her. On day 8, Mia finds him on the rooftop, staring out at the desert horizon, his shoulders heavy in a way the world never sees. She doesn't say a word. She just hands him a cup of tea and stands next to him. Adrian glances at her, surprised. No one has ever done that before. What happens during the Al-Mansoori family dinner on day 15? The biggest test of the whole trip. Khalid Al-Mansoori, the suspicious older brother, sits across from Mia and begins asking sharp questions. How did the couple meet? What does Mia do for a living? Where is her family from? Adrian has briefed her on every answer, but Khalid pushes harder. He asks Mia about Adrian's latte mother. The room falls quiet. Adrian goes still. Mia could lie. She could fake an answer. Instead, she does something Adrian never expected. She turns to him gently, places her hand over his, and says softly that Adrian doesn't speak of his mother because losing her shaped the kind of man he became. The truth feels real because half of it is. The whole table relaxes. Khalid nods slowly. Even he can't argue with that kind of moment. Later that night, back at the penthouse, Adrian doesn't say a word. He just walks over, takes her face in his hands, and looks at her like he's seeing her for the very first time. What happens when day 25 arrives? With the deal almost closed, everything cracks open. The merger is set to be signed in 5 days. The Al-Mansoori family invites the couple to a private dinner in the desert, under the stars, in a Bedouin tent lined with silk and gold. The night feels like a movie. The deal looks safe. The contract is days away from ending, but on the way back to the city, Adrian asks the driver to pull over. He steps out onto the dunes. Mia follows. The desert wind moves through her hair. Adrian looks at her, and the sentence comes out raw. What happens after day 30? She doesn't have an answer. He pulls a small envelope from his jacket. Inside is a check for $1 million, ready to give her the moment the deal closes. A puts it back. I don't want to give this to you, he says. I want to give you something that doesn't end on a date. Mia's heart pounds. She tells him the truth. She came for the money. She stayed for him. What does day 30 bring? The signing. The Al-Mansoori family enters the boardroom on the morning of day 30 in full traditional dress. Papers stack on the long marble table. Pens lay ready. Adrian steps up, clears his throat, and does the unthinkable. He tells Khalid the truth. The whole truth. Mia was hired. The relationship started as a contract. The room goes silent. Mia braces for the deal to collapse. Khalid stares at Adrian for a long moment. Then he laughs, quietly, almost in approval. You are the first American who walked into our family with honesty before profit, he says. That tells me everything. He signs the merger paper. $1 billion closes, and Adrian turns to Mia. He hands her the envelope she earned. Then he takes her hand and slides a different ring onto her finger. The contract is done. The fairy tale isn't. What did Mia learn about herself during those 30 days in Dubai? More than she expected. Before the contract, Mia thought of herself as someone who simply got through life. She paid her bills late, worked double shifts at the diner, and avoided dreaming too big because dreams cost too much. But the trip to Dubai forced her to step into a version of herself she never knew existed. She had to walk into rooms full of billionaires and act like she belonged. She had to handle dinner table questions with grace. She had to wear designer dresses without flinching at the price tags. The longer she did it, the more it stopped feeling like an act. By day 20, Mia caught herself ordering coffee in a 5-star hotel without checking the price. By day, she was reading the financial section of the newspaper because she wanted to follow the deals Adrian was working on. By day 28, she had started journaling at sunrise on the penthouse balcony, dreaming about a future she had never let herself want. Tea trip wasn't tea just about pretending to be someone else. It was about discovering that she had always been someone else underneath. What did the other side of the table see during those final days in Dubai? More than Adrian or Mia realized. Khalid Al-Mansoori, the family's lead negotiator, later admitted in private that he had suspected the relationship was fake from day one. He noticed the way Adrian's eyes moved when Mia spoke. He noticed how she leaned slightly away in the early dinners. He noticed how she didn't know small things about Adrian's life that any real girlfriend would know. But he also noticed something else over those 30 days. He noticed her change. The slight stiffness slipped away. The forced smiles softened. The distance between her chair and Adrian's shrank. By the end of week 3, Khalid said it was clear to him that whatever started as a deal had become something deeper. That's why he was already willing to sign by the time Adrian gave his honest confession in the boardroom. Khalid wasn't testing the deal. He was testing the people, and the people had passed. Mia walked into a glass tower with 1 million reasons. She walked out with one. A man who used to count everything in dollars now counts something he can't put a price on. And in the long, quiet desert behind them, the city lights blinked on, just like the lights in 2 lives that finally understood what they had been missing. If this story moved you, hit the like button so more readers can find it. Subscribe to catch the next billionaire story before everyone else does. And share this with someone who still believes the deal of a lifetime sometimes turns into the love of a lifetime.